to Ultimate Survival Gear. Today, as you guys can see, I have yet again something from Salomon. Let's open up the box and see what we got. These are actually, I'm quite excited about. These are the brand new Alphacross 5 GTX from Salomon. And overall, if you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me tell you, I have been using them for the past few weeks. Took on multiple hikes, did a few live fire drills out here at the range, and I am very impressed by these. I wasn't a huge fan of their previous Alphacross version, but I think they have done significant amount of improvements, which we will talk all about in this review. So if you're interested, stick around. So let's start with the very first criteria that we talk about on this channel. It's criteria number one, comfort level. And in order to test the comfort level, like I said, I take the shoes, the boots, whatever it is I'm reviewing out. I live here in the forest, so a lot of forest walking around, a lot of bushwhacking, some live fire drills as well at my range, of course. And overall, these perform absolutely fantastic on pretty much everything I threw at it. But whenever it comes to the comfort level overall, I think this is one of the best features of this shoe. So there are a few factors that contribute to the comfort level. Let's start with the very first one, is the weight. Now, let's see, this is a size 9.5, and size 9.5 is, check this out, 11.08. That is extremely impressive, I have to say, especially considering that these do have Gore-Tex waterproofing technology. Now, whenever it comes to shoes overall, if you're looking for a lightweight shoe for yourself, you want to go with something that is under 15 ounce. If you can find something that is under 15 ounce per shoe, you're gonna appreciate it whenever it comes to the weight department. 11, of course, that's quite a lot under 15, so yeah, it is pretty good. There are a few other things that contribute to the comfort level. Let's talk about the inner sole. I'm gonna take it out. This is one of my favorite types of inner soles, Ortholite. And Ortholite, there we go. And the benefits of the Ortholite inner sole is that you do have that moisture wicking technology. So if you're out and about for a while, on a hot day, you're gonna definitely appreciate this inner sole. You won't, however, appreciate this inner sole if you do prefer some extra cushioning in it, or any kind of support really, because there isn't much of it here. It's really mostly for flat feet like myself. That's why I like it. But if you do like some arch support, if you do like some heel bed, you're not gonna find it here. And overall, there is not much cushioning in it. I know it looks like there is some arch support, but no, not really. This is really flimsy. So for my liking, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but if you do like more cushioning, you might wanna either consider replacing this or look around. Now, once we remove the inner sole, we have, it goes straight into the pretty much midsole, so there's no additional cushioning in there, keep that in mind. The padding, you do have some padding here above the heel. You do have a little bit of padding in the shaft. The tongue is nicely padded overall, and throughout the whole shoe, you do have a pretty, overall pretty comfortable feel. So the best part about the comfort is not the inner sole. It is definitely the weight of the shoe. But if you do like a little bit more cushiony inner sole, probably want to look around some more. All right, let's move on to the criteria number two, proofing and protection. Proofing wise, this is Gore-Tex. Gore-Tex waterproofing technology is one of the best out there. This is basically a membrane that is implemented in between the fabric, so it does provide the waterproofing. It does not compromise, doesn't that much on the breathability, however. And it does compromise, however, whenever it comes to the price, because it does add quite a bit to the price tag. Gore-Tex is not cheap. Anytime you get the shoes or boots that are Gore-Tex, you do add quite a lot to the price tag. But it does work very well. In the shoe, however, it's really, it's personal preference. Honestly, for me, whenever it comes to the shoes, I really don't see that much benefit in getting waterproof shoes unless you're doing a lot of trail running or a lot of hiking and you want something and you do have a replacement with yourself. For example, if you're out for a multi-purpose and you're trekking to get to the base and base camp, and then you're climbing, so you're replacing the shoes. In that case, yes, maybe. But overall, I honestly prefer something that is not waterproof whenever it comes to the shoes, because, well, it's more breathable, it's more lightweight, and it does dry up faster, because in the shoe you really don't get that much of a clearance for the waterproofing anyway. But again, like I said, it is a personal preference. Protection wise, you do have some kind of a PU pattern going here. Not much. It doesn't really offer you that much of protection whatsoever here in the toe box, so don't drop anything heavy. But you do have a little bit of an extra rubber here sticking out, which is very helpful on the trail. If you're trail running, you're gonna definitely appreciate this. And overall, you do have excellent amount of protection from the bottom, but we will talk about the outsole later. But for now, let's talk about the criteria number 3, quality and the design features. Quality wise, Salomon, I mean, that is probably one of the best shoe wear brands out there whenever it comes to the outdoors, hiking, backpacking, trail running, whatever it is you're doing. Salomon is definitely one of the best out there. Whenever it comes to the design features, usually here I talk about the lacing system. Honestly, lacing system here is probably, I would say, one of the least of my favorite things, is because these are the flat, thin strings, which I really am not a fan of. They do work fine, no problems at all. I think they are a bit too long, but again, it's not a big deal if you just tuck them in between the lace, and it's really not that big of a deal. But personally, I would prefer a version of these with some quick lace. I think that would be nice. But let's move on to the criteria number 4 now. Outsole, traction and stability. And this is where things get really, really good. And I think this is one of the best outsole patterns in general that you can find, honestly, in really any hiking shoe or hiking boot. Quality of rubber and the pattern, I think it's just fantastic. Whatever you throw at it, whether it's, I was hiking and doing some trail running through muddy, the trail was quite muddy, it was raining, and you still get a really, really nice, solid grip, very good traction stability overall on a variety of different surfaces, wet grass, dry grass, on the gravel. I tested it on the sandy surfaces, on the rocky surface, and it's really good on pretty much everything you throw at it. So yeah, whenever it comes to the outsole, Salomon, as always, does not let us down. Let's move on to the criteria number 5 really quickly. Sizing and fitment. Now, these are true to the size. Whenever it comes to the, whenever I get the shoes, sneakers, shoes, size 9.5, so I got these in 9.5, and the fitment is perfect. The fitment overall is wider than usual whenever it comes to the Salomon, so you do have a little bit of a roomier compared to, for example, Speedcross. A Speedcross, a little bit of a tighter fit, or for example, like the boots, like the X Ultra 3, for example, they're a bit more narrow fit. This is a little bit of a wider fit. So if you do like a Salomon brand, but you don't like their narrow fitting shoes, I think you're gonna appreciate this a little bit more, because they do have a little bit roomier toe box overall. Okay, let's move on to the criteria number 6, application. Well, I mean, honestly, you can really use this for pretty much anything. For now, I have as a full-time shoe really that I wear pretty much anywhere I go, trail running, is Salomon Speedcross 6, and I think this is a very well, can be one of those really all-around shoes that you can wear really anywhere you go. And whenever it comes to, ultimate survival, being prepared for any kind of situation, having a shoe or whatever it is. If you wear boots on a daily basis, you know, it's again personal preference. But if you do prefer shoes, to wear shoes on a daily basis, and you want something that, you know, whatever happens, because we all know, you know, bad situations where you need to survive, it can happen anytime. And if you want to have something that is reliable, that can take you through a variety of different terrains, and at the same time give you sufficient amount of protection. Obviously here, you know, you don't really have any protection in the shaft because it's a shoe, but you do have amazing protection from the outsole, and if that's what you're looking for, you're definitely going to be happy. Trail running, hiking, backpacking, trekking trips, this is really one of the best options out there overall. And because there's plenty of colors, like you see this one particular, kind of a Ranger green, OD green, very tactical look to it, but they do have more less aggressive colors, I would say. Less combat implying colors. So just check it out. Like I said, the link is in the description below. And the very last criterion here to mention is the price tag. Now the price is currently $120 for a Gore-Tex waterproof shoe, and with everything that this shoe offers, definitely a fair price. There is, however, a lot of competition in the same, really, from the same brand, really, from Salomon. You know, like for example, for around 120 bucks, you can get their Speedcross 6. So which one is it going to be, this or Speedcross? Honestly, well, it's a tough choice. It really is a tough choice because I do like them pretty much as I do like my Speedcross 6. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep wearing them and we will see. Maybe in the next few months, 6 months, a year, I'll be able to tell you which ones I like more. But for now, it's fair game. Obviously, a lot of other manufacturers in the 120 price range, you can find a lot of competition from other manufacturers. But again, it really depends on what you are looking for. So hopefully this review was helpful. Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you have any requests for reviews, drop them in the comments below as well. I always look out for those and put them on my to-do list. As always, thank you very much for watching. God bless, and I'll see you all in the next video.